First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. This defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of it.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And they're going to get 2 more. He's got it. So that didn't take long. Quickly 8-zip. And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Saints at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got 1 there. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Finding Taysom Hill complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have cut the lead back down to 2. That's good on the extra point. This is now a 1-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been. To a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Big rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Throw left side, taken in by Hill.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be taken at the 13.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback.
And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
In a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
Because each side came up with plays to sling the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
After the pick six, here's Burrow again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. P.J. Williams with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
They run it again with Kamara. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Amidst traffic, but in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. Here we go with Kamara. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Burrow's throw complete there to Beckham.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Now Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020,
he's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
The quick slant caught, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. T. Higgins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from taking the lead.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone to give them a 2-point lead. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. First down. Here's Burrow. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And then approach his drive with confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. That incompletions on the first 2 throws has them hovering up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Burrow. And Graham on the ground. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And Burrow going to throw again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing. Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first down throw for Winston. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Jameis now on first down. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Second down, Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
He's at the 30. 10, 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. On third down, Winston. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now, think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Jameis to throw it.
Alvin Kamara wheeling it in on back-to-back plays. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They go play action with Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Winston now. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Probably helps your confidence level on those 4th down sneaks to have a quarterback as tall as he is.
Yeah, you're talking about being able to extend at the end to make sure the ball gets to the 1st down marker, but also he has to be able to drop his hips and get down behind that offensive line in order to move forward, because if he just runs it straight up and down, you and I both know that they'll snap him backwards. Well done there, well executed.
Off the play fake, Winston. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so it went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Winston to throw for it on 4. He is going to find Hill here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or just shy of the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And some room to run now. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
From the red zone now, Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill.
And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Winston sneaking it. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now Winston. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Winston to throw for it. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Burrow looking to pass. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are right back in this football game.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense.
Following the pickup of 4, and here's 2nd and 6. To throw, Winston. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. But now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. He's got room past the 30.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3. The 39-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence.
And now here is another interception. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Odell Beckham. A 5-yard
touchdown. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Play fake. Winston.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Kamara up the middle. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They run. It's Kamara. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and...
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals look like they're going to be moving to 6-0 as they extend that lead even further. They'll try and throw for it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Winston. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was the big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Working out of the gun, Winston.
And my goodness, another interception.
Trey Flowers picks it. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards to pick up there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now it's Burrow. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things in this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And is this